Yo, look at this storm front. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my god, I've never seen such beautiful front in my life. Look at the contrast.
A tree fell on their house. They lost their whole chimney. I'm surprised their roof didn't cave in. It's a very old house, but yeah, it's completely destroyed. This is. I can hear the wind is just whipping everything everywhere. There's trees down over there. Look at the way the trees are bending.
Yo, look at this storm front. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my god, I've never seen such beautiful front in my life. Look at the contrast.
A tree fell on their house. They lost their whole chimney. I'm surprised their roof didn't cave in. It's a very old house, but yeah, it's completely destroyed. This is. I can hear the wind is just whipping everything everywhere. There's trees down over there. Look at the way the trees are bending. Alright, y'all, how is it going? Oh, why is my webcam not getting picked up? Give me a second. I gotta fix that real quick. Also, radar is too big. Everything's always getting messed up in my streams. I don't know why. I don't know why it doesn't save my settings for me. Let me see if I can't fix that real quick. Let's give us a few seconds here, and then we'll start with the coverage. Should be a quick fix. There we go. Alright. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, chat. Need to put my storm chasing hat on. Y'all know it's a ritual by now. Alright, y'all. So, we will be covering mostly the severe threat in the Northeast today, as well as live updates on the situation in Mississippi, the devastating situation in Mississippi. Real quick, if you haven't already, I highly recommend going and subscribing to Storm Chaser Brandon Kopic on YouTube. He just hit 40,000 subscribers. I will be probably referencing him a lot in this live stream because I am a moderator for him, and I was moderating for him all last night during the tornado emergencies while all of that was going down. It was hard to watch. It's hard to sit here at home, comfortable in my bed and hear about all these horrible tornado emergencies happening. So we will be covering the Mississippi outbreak last night as well as updates come in to the best of my ability. In the meantime, let me see if I can't. I'm going to stick this here. Still getting things set up. I didn't expect on streaming as I thought Brandon was going to stay live a lot longer, but he ended up losing connection to his stream, so I decided I would go live, just like I originally planned for today. Alright, so let's see what we got. We have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings with tornado possible tags, both out of Georgia. We have one for Ware County, Georgia, Brantley County, Georgia, Pierce, Georgia, Miller, Georgia, what is that? Decatur, Georgia, and Seminole, Georgia. Both with over 1 inch hail, winds at 60 miles an hour, and tornadoes possible. So that is definitely something we're keeping an eye on. We also have special weather statements. The one I'm going to be prioritizing on right now is this one actually in Warren, Pennsylvania, since that is decently close to me. Winds of around 50-55 miles an hour and heavy rain. And then here are all the locations impacted. I'm going to actually post this in chat. Hopefully that goes through. So we do have severe thunderstorm watches in effect as well. So let me give an update on Mississippi from what I know so far. What I know as of right now, they have not given an EF rating yet. What we do know is there was at least a 100-mile long tract, large and deadly tornado that ripped through 2 to 3 different cities in Mississippi last night. There has been at least 24 fatalities, 23 of which were in Mississippi last night, and at least 4 missing people as of an hour ago. President Biden has allocated funding with FEMA to send FEMA out to Mississippi. The counties that were affected by this tornado last night are under a state of emergency in Mississippi. And the Red Cross and the National Guard are also working in Mississippi to locate people and provide assistance as needed. Obviously, that is just, it's a horrible situation out there. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the footage or any of the pictures in Mississippi, but it is absolutely horrible. I can't even, there's certain things I can't even talk about on YouTube that I have seen or heard of that has happened in Mississippi. Things that would very obviously violate community guidelines by just even discussing them. Absolutely horrible situation out there. But we do have an ongoing severe threat in Georgia, like I mentioned. So we will go ahead and move radar down to Georgia here. And at the same time, I also really quickly want to open this up. I'm going to go to the Storm Prediction Center. And I want to be able to show you... Oh, I'm sorry for the lag there for a second. OBS doesn't like when you click off of it for whatever reason. Never understood why it does that, but... So we are going to try and take a look at the convective outlooks, specifically for today, the day 1 outlook. So we're going to put this on models, and I need to really quickly... Where is it at? No. Window capture. That should be on. There we go. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. My bad. Sorry. Little slow today. How's it going? My name's Jeff. Welcome to the live stream. Moso Zero, how's it going? Welcome. Let's just go ahead and add a new one since it's not going to want to work. Window capture, okay. Okay. And then let's go ahead, move this down a bit. Oh, there we go. Put that below everything. All right, y'all. So this is the Storm Prediction Center's website here. You can find this at www.spc.noaa.gov. Really good information here that everyone can find fairly easily. But you can see here we actually have 3 different slight risk areas. One in the central U.S. there. One right above California in Washington State in that area, and then we have a massive one going all the way from Louisiana almost up until Maine and including Ohio. Just a massive thunderstorm possibility, tornado, wind, and hail possibility. We would go through each of those individually. So this is the tornado probability. As you can see, we have a 2% chance of tornadoes in the Ohio Valley, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia area, as well as northwestern New York. And we have another 2% risk chance from Alabama, Georgia, into Florida, and is a 10% chance or greater probability of an EF2 tornado if there was a hatched area. However, we do not have a hatched area. It is a 2% chance of tornadoes. Now we look at the wind threat. The wind threat is a little more broad, and that is a 5 to 15% chance for much of those same areas to have tornado threats of strong winds, with the probability of wind gusts over 50 knots and damaging thunderstorms. And then the last one is we will go with the hail probability here. And really, it seems most of the hail probability is near Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, that area. Although there is a hail potential through PA, New York, West Virginia, and Ohio. Kind of like the Ohio Valley there. I'm going to switch back over to radar here. So this is the severe thunderstorm warning we have down here in Georgia. Look on velocity here. Doesn't seem to be any hooks or any couplets, so I'm not too concerned about tornadoes with this storm. I believe there was a second severe thunderstorm warning. Oh, wow. A lot has popped up. Okay. Hold up. Sound the alarms. Let's see. So we still have the 2 from earlier with the tornado possible tags. Now we have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. I believe 2 of them are extensions of the old ones. So let's see. This is the most recent one. This is also for Georgia. National severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Dakar County in southern Georgia, northern Grady County, southeastern Miller County, southern Michelle County, southwestern Banker County, northwestern Thomas County, and eastern Seminole County in Georgia. And at 4:07, a severe thunderstorm was located 8 miles north of Bainbridge, moving east at 45 miles per hour, hazard ping pong ball sized hail, and 60 mile per hour winds. So definitely something to be keeping an eye on and taking seriously. No tornado warnings at this moment. There was tornado warnings earlier today in Georgia, but they have all since expired. And there was a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings, including a lot of damage reports out of well, that would be what, northeastern Ohio and northwestern Pennsylvania. In fact, I can show you a few of them here. A lot of them have expired already, but we still have one here. And I believe this one was for, there you go, power lines down. This is from Franklin, Pennsylvania. This was about a half hour ago now. And then there also was reports of tree damage to homes and trees down across Interstate 90 in Ohio. So definitely something to be keeping an eye on up there as well. We still have a severe thunderstorm watch in that area, but it seems that every severe thunderstorm warning in that area has expired. Although we still do have the special weather statement in Warren, Pennsylvania. Oh, I just noticed this one too. We have another damage report. Let's see. How long ago was this? This is almost a half hour ago. Let's see. Large tree down and shingles lost off a roof, and this was in Marietta, Ohio at 3:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, sorry. So again, all of these are something to be keeping an eye on. I believe we just had another severe thunderstorm warning issued down in Georgia. Yes, we did. Let's go ahead. I'm going to prioritize our focus here on these storm because I really do feel like these have a tornado potential with them. They are, yeah, look at that. You see that right there? I'm going to attempt to draw on screen here. So you should be able to see right there. I would imagine, now I haven't even played the radar yet, but if I was a betting man, I could almost guarantee you that this right here is wide as tornado possible tag. You can see the two different color tables of the velocity scan here almost like conjoining together as if they're rotating. And I bet you if we played the scans here, you would probably see that minor rotation. Yeah, you can see the minor rotation there, so it does make sense that they have this with a tornado possible tag. The conditions are definitely favorable in that part of the state for tornadoes. And again, it is definitely something to be keeping an eye on. Sorry, just trying to work on stuff on my stream here. Alright. If you haven't already, you can all do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 50 subscribers on this channel. I have 350 on my other channel, but trying to get to 50 on this one. It would be much appreciated if you were able to. I'm going to give you guys a bit of an update on my location here in New Jersey. It is currently raining outside. It has been raining consistently since probably about 9 o'clock this morning. We did have a special weather statement at one point this morning when a pretty strong line of storms moved through the area. It wasn't anything significant. The other night we did have a pretty significant thunderstorm move through, but not very much damage. There's a lot of cloud to ground lightning. And as well as the severe thunderstorm watch up north, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch down here in Georgia as well. That's what you're seeing. This pinkish red, really light red color is on the radar. That is the watch. These are severe thunderstorm warnings, and these are special weather statements. Oh wow, look at that severe thunderstorm just south of Dublin up here on Interstate 16. It's hard to tell because this is right outside of the radar scope, so I'm going to actually switch radars here. But it looks as if this might be trying to hook. And you can see there's some very intense bands of rain, even possibly hail. In fact, it looks like there is definitely hail coming out of here. 2-inch hail reported with this storm. In fact, I believe they just updated this. Yes, they just updated it, so they downed it to 1.5-inch hail. Tornado possible, winds of 60. I'm just going to take a look at it real quick. So, I can't tell if it's... I want to say it's weakening, honestly. It looks like it was stronger in the images before. It looks like it might be weakening now. I don't know, because they just re-upped it to 2-inch hail. I'm undecided on this storm. It definitely has a tornado potential, though. Oh, there we go. They just issued a tornado warning on it. Alright, so we now have an active tornado warning for... It's a radar indicated tornado warning, so nothing confirmed, but tornado warning for southeastern Lawrence County in central Georgia. We are going to do a quick little post in chat. Alright, so we do have an active tornado warning. At 4:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornado was located over Cadwell, or 12 miles northeast of Eastman, moving east at 30 miles per hour. That's a lot of easts. Good God. Hazard tornado and golf ball size hail. That is definitely not something you want to mess around with. Golf ball size hail will destroy your vehicles, destroy windows. It can cause harm to you and animals. So it's definitely something to be taking serious. Let's see if it'll let me post that one. Yep, there we go. Let's see, locations impacted include Cadwell, Rents, and Lowery. So again, y'all, this is something to be taken seriously. We do not mess around with tornado warnings. As perfect example given of last night. Too many people last night were not made aware of tornadoes coming, tornado emergencies. The information was not sent out, and people were not prepared. It doesn't matter if you should never become accustomed to tornado warnings. If you get a tornado warning, you need to take shelter. I don't care if it's radar indicated or it's observed. You should always take shelter because you never know when it's actually going to be a real tornado. Even if it is just a bust, I would rather you be in your safe space if it's a bust than be out there trying to film a potential storm that might not even hit. But if it does, and you get seriously injured. So don't be scared, be prepared, get into your safe spot. If you have a helmet, wear a helmet. And always take these warnings seriously. So obviously a pretty serious situation. You know, we never like seeing tornado warnings pop up on screen, but it happens. You know, that's the reality of the situation, is you're gonna get tornado warnings. That's why we have all these different services. You know, we have the National Weather Service, we have NOAA, we have Storm Prediction Center. You know, local offices, national offices. You know, all these resources are out there. They're here to help you. They're here to get you life-saving information, just like streamers like myself, Ryan Hall, y'all. You know, all these different news and media outlets are all here as a resource to help you. We just got a 3.5-inch hail report based off radar from just south of Allagood and Goretta, Georgia here. Just north of Rents. Right above Highway 117, or Route 117. So there definitely is a massive hail core with this storm. 3.5 inch. That is pretty big. You're getting more into like tennis ball size hail there. Not quite baseball, but bigger than golf ball. And there is definite rotation with this storm. It's just I'm not seeing the hook. Unless maybe right there, but it's not. It's trying, but I don't know if it's gonna produce. But again, you should always take these warnings as seriously as possible. No one thought what happened yesterday was gonna happen or last night, and then it did. So we don't mess around with tornado warnings. I'm admittedly surprised that there isn't a severe thunderstorm warning on this storm just to the northwest of Hawkinsville here. If I was the National Weather Service, I would definitely put a severe thunderstorm warning or at least a special weather statement on that. It appears to be moving at the same speed as this storm, so presumably 60 miles an hour, and we are seeing radar indicated hail of at least 1.5 or 1.25 inches coming out of there. So, quarter sized hail. Definitely surprised that there isn't a severe thunderstorm warning on this storm. With honestly looking at velocity too, look at velocity. I'm surprised it doesn't have a tornado possible tag on it. I definitely say the National Weather Service is dropping the ball on that system there. And honestly, these systems over here too, in my opinion, these should all be. There we go. Like that's what I'm saying. They should have that should have been issued a while before. They definitely dropped the ball on that. So we have a strong thunderstorm over Browndale or Neal-Hawkinsville, moving east at 35 miles per hour, hazard 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail, and frequent cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring or expected to occur. People outdoors should seek shelter immediately. If you can hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning. Again, I really think that should have been issued sooner, and I still think that should be a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go ahead and take a look back at our tornado warning here. I don't know enough about weather to be able to tell you what exactly this storm is doing at this moment. Like if there was a hook on this storm and there was obviously a couplet or even a donut hole, then I could obviously tell you it is a tornado. I think most people could. But I just don't know enough about reading radar to be able to say exactly what it's doing. I can't tell if it's recycling, if it's weakening, if it's strengthening. And that's just me being honest. I'm still relatively young. I'm only 19. I've only been doing weather since 2017. And only been doing this part of weather for probably a year or 6 months. So I'm still relatively new at all this. So take things I say with a grain of salt. However, things like this you can take fairly seriously from me. Because obviously I'm just reading exactly what the National Weather Service puts out. Which is there is a tornado warning. And I do often tend to be right when it comes to certain things. Like I said, I thought they should be a special weather statement on this. And in fact, I mentioned these storms too, and you can see they just did that on these storms as well. So a special weather statement on this storm that was just issued at 4:22, so literally a minute ago. Hazard 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. Strong thunderstorm near Americus, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Frequent cloud-to-ground lightning and penny-sized hail. Again, I still personally think these should have, at least this storm, I really think should have a severe thunderstorm warning on it. I would not be surprised to see that severe warned within the next 5 minutes here. But for now, we still have this tornado warning to keep an eye on. Once this storm passes, assuming that it's not going to actually drop a tornado, I don't know if it will. If it does, we'll stick on it, obviously. But if it doesn't end up dropping a tornado, we will jump back up to the northeast really quickly to take a look at the radar up there. This stream will not be very long. I should mention that. This stream's only going to go for probably about an hour, depending upon what is happening. I do want to be able to help Brandon Kopic and Vince Welty with their streams as much as I can. Obviously, there's a lot going on. It's a very it's a tragic situation out in Mississippi. Not something to be taken lightly. If anyone does have the capability or the ability to donate, I highly recommend donating to the Red Cross. And if you are religious, send your thoughts and prayers. If you're not, just send, keep them in your thoughts and spread awareness on it on social media, no matter who you are. Most people nowadays have social media, and you should be able to spread awareness about the storm. In fact, I am going to do a new double check. There's a few things that I was able to post in the other chat. About the storms last night. For instance, I know that part of Mississippi has a boil water warning, as their local water treatment facilities got a direct hit from the tornado, as well as there is a curfew in effect. I believe it's at 9 p.m. this evening until 6 a.m. tomorrow. And again, they are in a state of emergency, and last I heard, FEMA was en route to help. Once again, for anyone just tuning in, we do have a active tornado warning down here in Georgia, in Cadwell and Rents, Georgia. Hope I'm saying that right. There was a really good live article on the Mississippi tornado by the New York Times. And they are still saying 23 confirmed deaths still. The number has not risen in the past couple hours, so 23 confirmed deaths in Mississippi. And sadly, that same area of Mississippi is actually at another severe risk threat for, I believe it's Sunday? Yeah, on Sunday, including large hail. And they raised it from slight to enhanced risk. So definitely something to be keeping an eye on. I also know they had to evacuate hospitals out there in Mississippi because they ran out of water because of the water issues, and they have no power. I believe their generators either weren't working or ran out of fuel. It definitely... It was a hard watch last night, I'm not going to lie. It was a very, very hard watch. But it felt good, getting life-saving information out there to people. It's the least you could do, right? You're sitting at home in your comfortable chair. The least you can do is try to help people. We have some massive hail reports coming out of the storm. I believe I just saw, 3-inch hail report coming out of this tornado-warned storm. However, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning just to the west of that. The storm I said before I thought should be severe thunderstorm warned. I wouldn't be surprised. Really? I am very surprised there isn't a tornado possible tag on this storm. But we have severe thunderstorm warning for Dodge County in Georgia, Polsky County in Georgia, and Beckley County in central Georgia. Let's see, at 4:26 Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Browndale or near Harkinsville, moving east at 35 miles per hour, hazard ping pong ball sized hail, and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. And you can see all the locations impacted there. We will post this in chat. So definitely storms be keeping an eye on here. In fact, you can see, I called it. I knew that they were going to do this. I really wish that they were more on top of these storms. I think I would not be surprised if one of these ends up being a tornado producer, even if it's just a brief tornado. But they need to be keeping a closer eye on these storms than they are. These warnings have been super late, in my opinion, on these storms. Unless Radar Mega is just receiving them late, which is possible. But we have special weather statements on all 3 of these smaller storms here. I really, really think, in my opinion, one of these two is going to be the tornado producer. There's a lot of lightning picking up in this Cadwell storm here. And this warning expires in 15 minutes. I would assume they're probably going to reissue it. At the very least, they'll reissue a severe thunderstorm warning on it. Because that is a very dangerous severe thunderstorm there. It doesn't appear to be moving very quickly. It only looks like it's moving at maybe 35 miles an hour. That's, yeah, moving east at 30 miles per hour. But there is golf ball sized hail reported with it, so again, definitely something to be keeping an eye on. Oh yeah, there is definitely rotation. It looks like a hook is trying to form right here. You can kind of see it pushing out there. That is a nasty storm. Nasty, nasty storm. I apologize for the yawning. I am a little bit tired from last night. Again, last night was a very, very long, exhausting night. 5 or 6 tornado emergencies that got reissued multiple times. Just absolutely catastrophic tornadoes last night. I would not be surprised. I'm not trying to speculate. I'm not trying to pre-rate. Based on what I saw, based on what I know from the way the National Weather Service collects their information and their data, and the way that they rate these storms, I would not be surprised if that was an EF3 plus. And really, if I'm being honest, a EF5 would not be out of the question for me. Alright, so they did just drop the tornado warning down here in Cadwell, but they reissued a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag, 1.5 inches hail, and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. At 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Lowry, or 12 miles southwest of Dublin, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. And locations impacted include Lowry. So again, there is a tornado possible with this storm. I would not be surprised in the slightest to see a new tornado warning reissued with this storm. And same thing with this storm down here. This storm is rapidly intensifying down here. I, again, am admittedly surprised they've not tagged that with tornado possible. It, to me, looks like it has the ingredients to produce a tornado. But again, that might just be me. I might be reading it wrong. This storm, especially, it is definitely weakened, but it very well could be recycling. It looks like the lightning might have decreased a little bit, though. It was definitely a lot stronger of lightning when it was right here over Rents. But there still is a lot of lightning with that storm. I would imagine there's a lot of frequent cloud-to-ground bolts with it. So something to be keeping an eye on if you were in that part of Georgia. All of these storms seem to be strengthening, though. A little bit. Especially this one. This one over Hawkinsville is definitely strengthening. Where's Twitter? Just trying to make sure I stay up to date on Twitter best I can. I personally find the best luck with getting web information off Twitter when it comes to different reports and things of that nature. Let's see. I just want to see really quickly if Brandon Kopic is still live. I'm probably going to actually end off this stream until later in the night and into tomorrow. Just because... Let's see, is he still alive? I believe he's still alive. Yes, he is. Although, it sounds like they just issued a new... Okay. Alright, yo, I'm going to end off the stream. I got to go help Brandon with his stream. I will be back later on tonight or tomorrow. You can promise that for me. I appreciate everyone coming out.